The motor of the hood drives the wind wheel to rotate at high speed, extracting the air inside the body and generating airflow. The airflow carries the grease and smoke to be sucked into the suction port, and then discharged from the exhaust port to achieve the purpose of extracting the grease and smoke. However, there is a problem that its extraction range is mainly concentrated around the suction outlet, and the suction power gradually decreases from the center from all around. For the porous stovetops we often use, when frying on one side, the grease and smoke far from the suction outlet will easily follow the heat convection and float away from the side. In addition, the airflow is very complex. The direction of air intake, door and window gaps. Where we stand, everywhere may form eddy currents and turbulence with fumes floating around, inspired by the ground vortex of an airplane engine. A spoiler is installed on both sides of the hood, with proper spacing from the cooktop. The spoiler on one side acts like the ground, and the air on the side of the hood gradually forms a small vortex rotating clockwise, which causes the air above the frying pan to form a pressure difference in the same horizontal gradient, gradually forming a larger vortex. Under the influence of this vortex and the airflow from the suction outlet, a speed gradient occurs directly in front of the suction outlet, and the airflow from here is gradually deflected to form another counter-rotating vortex. The fumes spreading outward are also swept in, following the airflow to rotate upward, faster and faster, into the suction port. In this way, the two high-speed counter-rotating powerful cyclone can be intended to escape from the side of the smoke catch-up. However, cyclone formation is related to wind speed, and the air velocity at the air intake should not be too small. Some vacuum cleaners are often designed with narrow air intakes, which are designed to improve vacuuming efficiency by allowing the intake runners to converge, increasing the airflow rate near the suction head and the floor. Inspired by this phenomenon, the air inlet into a narrow shape. Forming a narrow mouth, the wind speed can be significantly increased. And encounter fierce fire frying, instantaneous outbreak of a large number of fumes cannot be sucked away in time. We'll reach the top of the suction port, surging to our head, attached to the skin, hair, but also be sucked into the throat and lungs. On the upper side of the hood, similar to the EV structure here, slowly blowing downward to form a wind screen. When a large amount of grease produced instantly by stir-frying along the panel from the bottom up is about to surge to our face, with the help of the air curtain and the joint roll of the airflow below. The formation of a large reflux bubble, grease particles back to the suction port, be sucked away from the discharge. This air curtain is like an air curtain, separating us from the grease and smoke, and can almost realize zero leakage of grease and smoke. In addition, as the hood continues to extract, the air behind us bypasses our bodies and enters the suction vents. Sometimes this air creates a small vortex in front of us, which swirls out some of the grease and smoke, sticking to our clothes and leaving a residual smell. Adjusting the angle of inclination of the air inlet with a high airspeed can deflect these fumes towards the wall, which is the wall property of the fluid. Just like we use a spoon close to the water flow, the water originally left vertically will actively approach the spoon and flow against the edge of the spoon. When the angle of the suction outlet is appropriate, the airflow under the hood is the same as the water flow. Some parts of the flow against the panel, and the overall formation of a cyclone away from the human body, which is an aerodynamic hood, and also the CleaDeep IQV range hood. Its patented dynamic particle capture technology is based on a series of aerodynamic principles mentioned above. Through the powerful backward tilting cyclone of high-speed counter-rotation, coupled with design innovations such as the anti-escape barrier air curtain, it catches every wisp of grease and smoke with the wind. Let the smell of oil smoke and PM 2.5 and other harmful substances away from the human body. No leakage of grease and smoke, and no odor from stir-frying. In order to visualize the effect of smoke purification, CleaDeep dares to build in the same PM 2.5 detector as the air purifier and displays the value in real time when you are cooking. At the same time, CleaDeep has a lot of humanized design. You can operate the hood with gestures in the air without washing your hands after preparing the ingredients. Filterless design, no need to dismantle and wash, make cleaning easier. If you're in need of a hood, check out this aerodynamic-based CleaDeep IQV range hood.